What's up, guys? This is Bless Line, and in this video I'm going to discuss the dopamine detox and how to make a dopamine detox into a lifestyle and keep the benefits for good. All right, so before we hop into the dopamine detox and kind of what it is, I just wanted to explain why this is important to me. It's definitely something really personal. I started doing dopamine detoxes about 3 years ago, before I even knew that that's what they were called. And the reason I got into it was because I noticed that a lot of my time was being spent kind of like wasted on things that I didn't really know why I was doing them, like watching TV, scrolling through Instagram, or like just going to drive and get like a hamburger, some fast food. And so I started to kind of like be more self-aware and watch myself a little bit more. And I realized that when I was doing these things, I wasn't really enjoying them. Like I would be scrolling through Facebook or eating a burger, and it was kind of almost like I was irritated. Like it was just uh, feeling a craving, feeling a drive, like a satisfaction, but it wasn't really like fulfilling, and it didn't really even feel good. And so I was kind of thinking, like this can't be the way I live. I can't just like satisfy cravings until I die and distract myself until I die. I want to be able to breathe. I want to be able to be me. I want to be able to sit with my mind for hours, watching my thoughts, chilling out, and being relaxed in my body without needing to pull out my phone or look at something online or eat some sort of food. And so I noticed that there was something deeper there. There was something deeper with me not being able to just be and constantly having to use things to distract myself. So I became really interested in the brain and how the brain works, and came upon dopamine and kind of learned what dopamine was as a chemical. And basically what it is it's a chemical found in nature that drives behavior, and it's released in anticipation of something. So anticipation of receiving, some sort of food or sex or social stimulation. And basically, it gets released so that these animals, which is in every mammal, behave in ways to survive and keep doing these things that they need to do. So here's the issue: dopamine is something that's found in nature, but it has been completely tweaked and taken advantage of by businesses that use it to get people addicted to their products. This is an issue because instead of just having the natural amounts of dopamine to get you motivated to go eat food, have sex, do whatever you need to do to survive, the levels have been completely tweaked, and it's almost like an overdrive. And it's almost like the average human person in society today, their dopamine receptors are just like ground down to nothing. And that's because of the constant stimulation on the phone, the television, the porn. It just grinds down the dopamine receptors so that they're very desensitized. When there's a lack of sensitivity to dopamine like this, it causes a whole bunch of problems, from depression to anxiety, but ultimately just not being able to enjoy the moment, not seeing the beauty in life, not being sensitive to the little things like a cold breeze on your face or a beautiful piece of music. It kind of just takes away from these things, and it just brings the level of life satisfaction down, and kind of like negativity and nihilism up. You kind of stop seeing the point in life, and enjoying the little things. So some smart people started noticing this, and they decided to take action. And basically what they did was they came up with this dopamine detox. And basically what that is this is something that's been going on for thousands of years, hundreds of thousands of years. But basically what you do is you rip away all distractions from yourself for, let's say, like a weekend. So a dopamine detox weekend, a good example would be you sit in your room, you go for a walk, you go for a hike, you meditate, and you drink water. You don't eat food, you don't listen to music, you don't watch any TV, you don't even read books. So that's like a hardcore meditative weekend. And what this does is it ultimately lets your mind rewire and heal itself. And it lets it's incredibly uncomfortable. It's incredibly boring. But what it does is it brings your mind back to its natural state. And it makes your brain able to start noticing the little things, and small things like stretching, watching a sunset, going for a hike are just much more amplified, and they feel a lot better, as they should. And this is a great way to reset your mind and kind of get back on track to feeling good and getting rid of your addictions. But I noticed a bit of an issue with the dopamine detox. While it did have a ton of benefits, and I don't discourage doing it, within a week I would be back to my same old shit. I'd be like watching TV and like doing all these things that were affecting my dopamine receptors. And basically, all the good feelings and all the amazing benefits I had received from the dopamine fast would go away pretty quickly. So I really wanted to find a balance between the two. So like, how can I still have these benefits, but at the same time, enjoy things that I enjoy in life and not have to live like a complete monk my whole life?
Sorry guys, I just totally switched. This is my first YouTube video, so I just put it away for like 2 weeks, and now I'm finally getting back to it. But yeah, and the beard is gone. But yeah, so what I wanted to get at was the dopamine detox weekend can be really helpful for like resetting. But I found that the benefits didn't really last. So what I came up with was a dopamine detox lifestyle. And in short, what that is minimizing the dopamine. So it's not like cutting out TV, cutting out porn, cutting out bad food, um, but limiting them and increasing on activities that do stimulate dopamine. And by stimulating, I mean uh, making you more sensitive to life and its pleasures. So that's like meditating, yoga, running, hikes, walking around, even walk around with music, all that stuff. If you balance it out, and you got to be pretty tactical about it, because if you just suck out all of the things at once, it's gonna burn out. It's kind of something you tactically move towards. It's taken me about a year, maybe 2 years, to finally get to the point that I'm at. Um, but yeah, like my typical day is, wake up, meditate, do some yoga, do some work, and then in the afternoon go for a run. And what I try to do every day is called 2 hours of do nothing. And basically, what I do is I sit on a park bench, usually outside. I try to be in nature for about 2 hours, and I don't pull out my phone. I don't listen to music. I don't move, um, and I just kind of sit with my thoughts. And every time without fail, I feel much more peaceful, relaxed, calm in my body, less neurotic afterwards. So highly recommend that. I mean, 2 hours is a while, and it's a lot of people can't carve that out of their day. But even 15, 20 minutes of that, it really helps to calm down and reset the mind. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys. That's about it. It sounds weird. It sounds kind of like, well, I enjoy these things. Why should I cut out my video games and all this stuff? And I don't want to bullshit you, but like those things are not really doing anything for you in the long run. Um, they're not making you really feel much better. It's more like it's like an addiction. It's like satisfying a craving. And it is hard to make the transition, but when you're able to just sit with yourself for an hour without needing anything, that's pretty hard to beat. That kind of peace, that kind of calm. And no amount of video games or TV or porn is gonna do that for you. And I'm not saying these things are bad at all. I actually enjoy, some TV every, actually I do watch TV. It's I have like my 30 minutes a day of what I call goo. So my 30 minutes of goo is just sitting and watching like a stupid TV show. Usually it's a reality TV show, just completely mindless for 30 minutes, and I just really enjoy it. It's my 30 minutes of goo. So there's nothing wrong with that stuff. It's your mind, it's your life. Don't let them control you. You're in charge. You control what happens in your life, how you spend your time, and ultimately, if you want to get to more peace of mind, calmness, groundedness, it's good to cut those kind of things out. For everyone, it's different, but find what works for you and ride it out. Push through the pain. All right, guys. If you sat through this whole thing, thank you so much. This is my first video, so leave comments, and let me know what you guys think. All right, bless up. Bye. Guys, one last thing I wanted to mention was the benefits of the dopamine detox. So obviously this comes with more of a grounded feeling. You're more calm, less anxious, less depression, less neurosis, more self-love, um, more clarity in life, more focus, more love, more enjoyment, more peace, more contentment, less addiction, um, less neediness, um, and I would say overall just a underlying feeling of peace and calmness that no drug or lasting kind of pharmaceutical drug can give you. It's a very natural way of being that I believe that we're meant to be. So yeah, go out there and give it a shot. Thanks, guys.